Hello, I'm SeungHyun and I am a PhD candidate from the Department of Industrial Engineering at Dongguk University. I am specializing in project management and product engineering. Today's paper is prediction of required specification for the development of future gasoline turbo engine standard through time series analysis. It is a great honor to be presentation my research result in this session. This paper aims to predict long-term future engine torque in order to secure development efficiency and competitiveness of internal combustion engines, which are the major component of automobiles. Sales data for 20 years from 1998 to 2017 were used with weight based on sales volume. Based on the above data, time series analysis was conducted using three methods: MA, ELMA, and pitted regulation. The result of the prediction for each segment were derived, and the engine can be used to plan the engine with appropriate torque. Overview is: first, explain the research background and motivation of this study. Second is an explanation on the prediction result. Here is the background of this study: regulation tightening. Since the 2015 Dieselgate, Volkswagen, the world's second largest automaker group, raised the need for tightening environmental regulation worldwide. Questions have been raised about the eco-friendliness of diesel engine, known as clean diesel, and some European cities are planning to prohibit the entry of vehicles with the older diesel engine. The figure on the center shows CO2, the average country-specific fuel economy regulation published by the ICCT. Considering that the fuel economy of a gasoline small vehicle is more than 110 grams per kilometer at this time, it is difficult to respond to regulation with internal combustion engine vehicle alone, and it is necessary to expand vehicles with low CO2 emissions, such as hybrid car and battery electric vehicles. Let me explain why you need to standardize it. First, the variety of product is emphasized more. Hybrid, battery electric vehicle, and other products are required. In order to cope with the tightening regulations, electric vehicle sales volume needs to expand. But just because the price of battery is high, making eco-friendly car doesn't mean you can sell them. So the tightening of regulation also imposed a burden on consumers for their eco-friendly needs. This diversity reduced the quantity of a single product, making it difficult to secure economy of scale. It is the old Ford T1. It had only one model, but the current car has a huge number of options besides the type of powertrain. In order to eliminate this complexity, it is necessary to make it as common as possible. Second, product life cycle is shortening. As consumer demand fluctuates and various alternatives emerge, the life cycle needs to be shortened. However, automobiles that take a long time for product development and certification are difficult to respond quickly. One way to cope with diversification is modularization. Toyota, a Japanese automaker, announced a dynamic pulse engine that replaced the entire engine lineup. The engine used the same cylinder design for all engine lineups, from small to large in modular design, while improving performance and fuel economy through structural optimization. The changing part is not possible to be part of mounting part of the vehicle engine room. The size of the exhaust gas after treatment device according to the displacement, the shape of the matching cross section, and the development of changed part is not expected to cost much. To complete this time to advance the common parts used in the production of many other products are required to predict future needs. Next chapter is the data collection and purification. First, research scope. Scope market is North American light-duty vehicle market. There is still a high sales volume of gasoline engines. Internal combustion engine have a large cylinder capacity, which in turn leads to higher emissions. In the United States, a guzzler tax is used to impose additional tax on vehicles with high emissions. Since turbocharger can deliver the same power with less displacement, IHS expect more downsizing turbo engine to reduce emission in the future to ensure eco-friendliness. Showing the figure on the left is an IHS prediction showing that turbo engines are growing among gasoline engines. Orange is turbo engine and gray is the natural aspiration engine. We analyzed the vehicle sales data from 1998 to 2070 collected by JATO. JATO was founded in 1984 by Jack Shepard for correcting and supplying competitiveness business intelligence for automotive manufacturers across Europe. We've done some work to remove any data that might be outlier. For example, data that has nothing to do with mass production vehicle like supercars and hypercars. And since at least 1,000 cars can be considered to be on the market, it is not necessary to produce less than 1,000 cars a year. The number of final data after the refining operation is 5,555 cases, and the variable composition of data used is shown in table 1 below. Torque is an important factor in the performance of the vehicle, but it is directly proportional to the weight of the vehicle. This is because high torques are required when moving heavy vehicle and low torque when moving relatively light vehicle. Considering this point, the final predict variable is defined in equation 1. By predicting the above value, you can determine if you are demanding a leisurely performance for each year. Depending on the weight of the vehicle to be built in the future, it is also possible to construct an engine family with an appropriate peak torque. Here is the result of data analysis. Different tendency for each vehicle segment. Based on the above data, time series analysis was conducted using three methods: moving average, ARIMA, and pitted regression. And the results are shown in table 2 below. The torque of CSUV tends to decrease, and the torque of 2017 is 0.195. On the contrary, the torque of the SUV tends to increase, and the torque of 2017 is 0.206. The torque in the C sedan tended to rise after decrease, with a torque of 0.195 in 2017. Future projection predict that MA and ARIMA will have higher value while fitted regulation. The D sedan and E sedan tended to stay up after rising, with a 2017 torque of 0.227 and 0.272 respectively. Torque per kilowatt curb weight of CSUV will be decreased. DSUV will be increased. Figure 3 show a CSUV's torque per curb weight is decreasing significantly compared to 2006, and all three models are expected to be lower than before. Figure 4 shows the torque per curb weight forecast of the SUV, which is maintained after the sharp rise from 2006. Since the subsequent fluctuations are not large, the prediction results of all three models are similar. Torque of C sedan will be decreased in pitted regulation. D sedan will be stay. Figure 5 shows C sedan torque per curb weight forecast, which remained until 2017 after a sharp rise, with a value ranging from 0.21 to 0.22. The value was predicted to decrease rapidly to 0.19, and the MA and ARIMA predict a slight increase. And figure 6 above show the sedan's torque per curb weight forecast. After a sharp rise in 2004, it rise and falls. The prediction results were 0.231 to 0.237 for all three models, with the smallest difference between the models. Torque of each sedan will be slightly declined. Figure 7 above shows each sedan torque per curb weight forecast, which shows that historical data is maintained after a significant rise and fall. The MA and ARIMA forecast predicted a slight decline, but pitted regulation is expected to rise after a period of time. Here is the conclusion of this study. The need for this study is that we used future forecasting technique to identify past customer focus needs in focus group interview. When deciding on the specification in the existing product planning, the method of identifying consumer needs through interviews and making policy decision was mainly used. For example, Mercedes-Benz in particular has a high maximum torque value, unlike most mass-produced brands, which is believed to be based on the policy decision that Mercedes performance is priority. We focused on understanding the torque level that consumer prefer, using the maximum torque and covered weight that have weighted sales data of past vehicles' weight. If the above data predict torque to cover weight after 10 years, it is possible to design a product that meets the needs of the consumer and to share the specification of a component mounted on the product at the same time. In other words, it is possible to manufacture a part that is commonly used to cope with the future shorter product life cycle. It can be advantageous for development cost and guarantee. The last is the limitation of this study. It could not define the prediction result, such as analyzing the event of the inflection point of the data and reflecting it as the weight. Thank you.